Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Today I'm going to be sharing a look at my kitchen and some of the features that I added that I'm so glad I included, and also how to do it reasonably as well. When designing my kitchen, I wanted to have a really cool focal point. And in this case, it was going to be the range. I knew that. I love the detail on this. If you haven't checked out our range video, I talk a little more about how we've liked this range. It's a pretty darn good deal in terms of Italian ranges. And I wanted to really make this be simple, but still really beautiful. And the way that I did that was with a large scale hood, as you can see here. And this is actually somewhat reasonable because this is just framing and drywall. So we didn't even do plaster or anything fancy. And so that kept the cost relatively low. And this is a piece of rift-sawn white oak, and it just kind of ties in the whole look so that it's not too plain. Gives a little bit of that warmth in the wood. And then I'm gonna show you where I use this wood tone in another spot in our kitchen. I also added a little bit of storage in here with these spice racks, and I've got a few more spices over on the other side there. It makes them easy to grab when you're cooking here. And then also I want to make sure I had a little bit of counter space in this area as well, just for when you have, utensils and maybe something that you want to be setting over to the side. In these areas like this where you can do drawers, I love that because when you're cooking or something, it's a lot easier to slide a drawer open and see what's in there rather than it is to have to get down and open a cabinet like this, if that makes sense. With the drawers, you kind of have a line of sight straight down to see what's in there. These have been great for pots and pans here. And then of course, just all the other cooking utensils handy as well. Over on this side is a whole wall of cabinetry and our fridge and freezer combo that we framed in to make it look like a Sub-Zero. And these are nice tall cabinets here. We can do a ton of different storage there. I've got kind of my bowls and that sort of thing in those. Up here, we have some glass door cabinets, good for displaying items. And then that also gives a little bit of a reprieve from just a solid, massive cabinetry, since we do have a lot around the fridge. It does give a custom built-in look to have that surrounding the fridge and freezer, which I like. And then in here, I have our butler's pantry. These doors were something I custom designed with the transom above. This is actually a vintage piece, the glass there, and I repurposed it as a transom window. So these little doors are nice because since they're smaller, if they're open, which they are a lot of the time, they don't take up a lot of space. They can just kind of tuck away and be out of the way. And then in here, we've got some cabinetry that is great for storage. And I did do more of our small appliances in here so that we have more of the mess contained back in here. And I'll have to give you guys a separate tour of the full space soon. I was so excited when I came up with this idea because I really wanted to have something that felt different and unique and kind of had a little bit of a European flair. And so this cabinet, I worked with Deco Design and he helped me to build this beautiful thing. And I love that we can store different pieces in here. Another element that I just love is our kitchen counter. This island slab is called Silver Macubus, if I said it right. I'll put the name on screen for you. This is a quartzite and it's a little spendy, so I couldn't afford to do it in the whole kitchen, but I did it just on the island and I love it. It actually helps it stand out more. I did a more simple black granite around the surround areas. And I've loved how that turns out. Sometimes budget can help you to kind of hone in on those special details and let them shine so you don't just spend everywhere. You can kind of just focus it in a certain area and it becomes kind of a nice little showpiece rather than being taken for granted or granite. That was the worst mom joke ever. Over on this side of the kitchen, we have a few more cool details. This down here is just the pull-out trash, hidden as drawers, which I love. And then something that we have been so happy that we did is we have a dishwasher here with the hidden panel and another one here also with the hidden panel. So I love that we can maintain the symmetry, and also when you have a bunch of kids, having two dishwashers is game changing. And dishwashers are one of the most affordable appliances there are. or there is out there. So be considering that if you have the space for that and a little room in the budget, because I think that that's a great way to use it. We did the single basin sink. I love that. It just feels like less clutter, a little simpler. And then open shelves are one of my favorite details as well. It really does make your, your dishes and things easier to grab and in sight so that you know what you have. And again, the door detail, I kept it the same. So we have that symmetry on either side of the range. And this one goes into our mudroom. So it's a very nice place to come into the kitchen from off there. For the island, again, you'll see I did drawers. They are just so functional. And also I found that drawers, we'll put our kids' bowls and plates and stuff just in a drawer like this, and it's more on their level. They can just slide the drawer out and grab what they need. It tends to just be a little bit easier. And I love the look. This again gives more of a furniture feel, kind of like a dresser or something, which is just really cool. And then I did a more unique leg on the island. I wanted something with a more European feel and a little bit original. I just try to go a little bit outside the box with things. And then we have the seating going all around because we do eat at our island all the time. And rather than doing a double island, because to me they can be kind of cumbersome and hard to get around, we probably could have squeezed that in if we really wanted. I prefer just a single one, so I don't have to have more to go around in the kitchen. But we did make it a good size so that there's a lot of seating. And we also did underneath here some additional cabinets, and I store things that we don't need very often, just like holiday decor, things like that, seasonal items that can just tuck away in there and still make use of that space in there. Another statement maker in this kitchen is the lighting that I chose. These woven pendants, again, bring in that warmer tone like the natural oak, and they have been just, I think, something that sets this space apart. I call my style European Organic Modern, and they kind of bring in that organic element again that I just love. Another element that I added to this side of the kitchen is the sconces above. I wanted something that kind of emphasized the ceiling height as well as the floating shelves. And I love the simple design of these. And they are more of a modern feel, but still kind of are able to work with a lot of different styles of pendant lighting. So you can incorporate both pendants and sconces in your kitchen. I think that that's kind of a nice element that doesn't necessarily add a lot of expense. I have shared a bunch of different sconces in my Instagram stories if you go under lighting that are really reasonably priced. Some of them are under $50. So that can be a great way to add detail without a lot of expense. Thanks for tuning in to my kitchen tour. Hopefully you guys got a few ideas for your own homes, and we will be doing another kitchen tour soon from our remodel project that we're working on. We recently shared that video. I'm super excited. If you can't tell, go check it out. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified of when our next videos are live.